So the question is, where does a good adventure start? Does it start at the gas station when you're pumping gas? Or does it start when you've already got gas? Alright guys, welcome back to Tbone Southern Ride. I'm Tbone. As we go down the road at half the speed we need, riding the Punisher, the little 750 Honda, back out today. I needed to switch up. I'll be honest with you guys, I rode the Midnight Express pretty well much all week back and forth to work, and while I love that big old girl because I can store all my stuff inside of her and carry everything that I need, sometimes it's just nice to get on a smaller bike that don't weigh as much, that you can just actually get out on the back roads and enjoy a ride. So happy Memorial Day, guys. You're going to be seeing this video, of course, after Memorial Day, but I hope everyone had a safe weekend, had a fun weekend. I had a weird weekend, guys, because honestly, I had set up for 2 weeks the bike show, which you'll hear more about in other videos. Just, I hope you didn't pay no attention, but the bike show got canceled. The hot dog dinner got canceled because of health problems that one of the members was going through. So that kind of left me with a day of nothing to do, but it also kind of couldn't have happened on a better day because that was Saturday when all that stuff was supposed to happen, and Saturday was just kind of a gray, gloomy, you know, rain here and there day, so it may not have been the best day to try to do a bike show or anything else on. So what I did was I took care of a lot of my household chores that I had to do. I had some heavy weed eating to do. I had to put the blade on the weed eater and do some trimming around the house and stuff, and got my mowing done. So I just spent the better part of the evening doing all that, and here we are. We're getting content, we're going to shoot a little content, and I don't know, guys, where this adventure is going to take us today. As you can see, I'm having to wear a jacket because for whatever reason Mother Nature decided to give us one whole week of 80-degree plus days and 60-degree nights. She decided to go back, turn the thermostat down, and parking lot, lady, pull in it, and decide that she was going to turn the thermometer back down to 60s during the days and 40s during the nights. So but I got a feeling once she gets this right here out of her system, we're about to be like, oh God, it's too hot to ride a motorcycle. But you know, you think about that though, I'm so much happier when I'm warm. I mean, you know, they call it squidding. I like to ride without a jacket on, and so most of the time I wear gloves. I'll pull my gloves off and I'll just ride comfortable. You know, and to me, that's kind of the whole point of the recreation of a motorcycle, is that you're riding comfortable. You're getting an opportunity to ditch the gear, and you know, you're enjoying what nature has to offer. But you know, you guys see a lot of these views are you know, I love to ride back roads, and you'll recognize a lot of this stuff up here that I'm, you know, one of these roads I'm riding on, you guys are going to recognize that. But I just, you know, I'm wanting to try new stuff with my channel here with Tbone Southern Ride. So I've been working on that, and like I said, this last week was just completely devoted to doing this bike show and everything else, and you know, last minute cancellations on all that and postponements kind of just, it gave me a chance to do some stuff that I needed to do that I would have had to have done today. I got it done yesterday, but that, guys, that kind of aggravates me. And it's nobody's fault. It's not like I'm trying to blame anybody that this happened. But it's kind of one of those things where when I set up, you know, I shot the videos for all this stuff, and I put the time in to go to the locations, and it didn't happen. And that just, as a promoter, because like I said, I was a wrestling promoter. Before I ever advertised the first event, I made sure I had the location of the event locked down in stone, chiseled in stone. I had the ring chiseled in stone, and I had my talent chiseled in stone. And you know, like I said, for a new promoter, the car shows, bike shows, Daniel will get it. You know, and like I said, this time it wasn't his fault that this happened, but it's still kind of aggravating that, you know, it's just, it's a learning curve, and it will teach him, hopefully, that he goes forward in the future before he puts out a flyer or tries to commit to anything. Make sure you've got your event venue completely on lockdown, that there's no way that something's going to change. And like I say, now I said that to say this, it wasn't his fault that the venue changed. The situation just became that they wanted to change up everything on him at the last minute, and he was caught off guard by it, and that's totally not his fault. There was no way for him to get away from that. But you know, it is what it is. It all works out the way it's supposed to every time. But we're going to go ride just a little bit, guys. See what we can get into here. Alright guys, so you've heard me say in the past, I would never recommend you take your street bike onto gravel, but I'm on the little 750 Honda, and to me a motorcycle needs to have a multi-purpose. If you hear my voice there, it's because this road's rutted up. On a liquid cooled street bike, you know, you don't have to get too fast, you can just step back. And I'll make this disclaimer again, I did in the other two videos I've done about it. Deer's up there, so you got to be careful when you get off the beaten path. But I would never tell you to take your street bike on the gravel. But this road here is kind of beat up a little bit. There's better gravel roads, but I just wanted to kind of jump onto this road because I haven't been through here in just a little while. So they ain't fixed the road, that's for sure. Needs the motor grader brought out here and smooth it over just a little bit. But I would never tell you to take your street bike on the gravel, because some people, you know, can't do that. And fortunately, like I said in the past videos, that I had to actually do this to get from point A to point B. You know, if you were going to ride a street bike around my hometown, you had to be equipped to ride gravel roads as much as paved roads. So, you know, it is kind of is what it is. And if you're a new bike rider and you're watching this video, please, you know, if you're going to ride on gravel, if you're wanting to do on-road, off-road, enduro stuff, you know, please get a bike that's rated to do that. Me, I'm crazy, admittedly, but I'm comfortable doing this. I would never, you know, I'm recording, I've got music in my ears, you know, I would never do this if I wasn't comfortable doing it. But I would never recommend you to do this. I would never say, oh yeah, you're perfectly good, go ahead, go grab your, you know, 1100 street bike or 1200 Sportster and just jump on the back road, get the gravel, go ride. Some people just aren't comfortable doing it. Me, I'm versed enough that I can do it, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for where I grew up, you know, where home is. But guys, if you've ever wondered, and there'll be more adventures like this too, but if you've ever wondered just in your day-to-day thoughts, where's T-Bone the happiest? Watch out, killer. I knew that little dog was down here, but I thought he might have been laying under the porch today, but he wasn't. If you've ever wondered where T-Bone's the happiest at, it's in the woods, guys. Riding roads like this, which this is a chip seal road that's coming to pieces, but it's about 3 rocks away from being a gravel road again. But I want to be able to get the total experience out of a motorcycle ride. And to me, if you're stuck on asphalt constantly, then to me, as a motorcycle, not a biker, but as a motorcycle enthusiast, if you're constantly stuck on the highways, and, you know, which I love riding on the highways, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I don't, but when I'm doing this right here, I feel like I'm getting the most out of my motorcycle experience. As an enthusiast, I'm getting the most out of it. But like I said, that's just me. I would never tell you to go do that, because you know, my biggest thing, and I've said it in the past in videos, my biggest thing is that you need to ride within your comfort level. Ride where you're comfortable at. But just riding this little back road here, I've actually got a little destination we'll go shoot a little content at for a minute, then we'll head back out. So I'll see you guys when we get there. Okay guys, so I've made it to the first stop here where I'm going on the Serenity ride, I guess I'm calling it today. This is a place called Tbone Creek, guys. This is what is known as the baptizing hole or the swimming hole. And I promise you that is some of the coldest water. Any time of the year you want to fool with it, that is some of the coldest water you will ever get near in your entire life. It will freeze you to death in the middle of summer. And it's exposed, and even where it's not moving so much out there, even being exposed to the sun all day, it's still really, really cold. But, you know, guys, just it kind of goes along with what I was saying earlier. You know, I would never suggest to somebody to take their street bike and jump out on the back roads and do this kind of stuff right here. I grew up doing it, but and as I said on the way down here, if you were ever wondering where the happiest place, where I'm happiest at, because me and Regina will be bringing the kids in here pretty soon. We got a little cleanup down here to do, but you know, and I know some of you guys who watch these videos aren't really Christian minded or whatever, but to me, if you're going to go out into nature, you know, this is where I find prayer. This is where I find God. And it's where I find what's inside of me, the peace that I need to find inside of me. When I need to get off of a bad week and I've been riding the wheels off, everything's going crazy, nothing's working out, I get into a place like this and I just find serenity. I find what I've been looking for. But I just wanted to stop here and let you guys see this real quick. I'm off to another spot. I'm going to go check out over to the campground. The last time I was in there, the bridge was almost completely gone. It was just a little concrete bridge. But I'm going to move on to that. But check this out, guys. I promise you, you're not going to find this in the city. You're not going to find this in a big town. This right here, mountain people know what this is. This right here is just, it's home. No matter where you go, this road will take you all the way up around the top of the mountain, which is a ride I will be doing soon. So there'll be a video coming on that soon. But you can't, there's nowhere else you can find this, where things slow down just a little bit. Your mind isn't racing, your heart isn't racing, you're not worried about what tomorrow's problems are. You're just finding today. All right, guys, so I'm gonna move on to the next spot. See y'all back on. All right, guys, man, wow, what a day. There was a family there and I talked to them just a little bit. Of course, you know, they were offering me lunch and we got extra hamburgers and cake, and of course I'm not one bit hungry, but I thanked them. But that's, you know, that's just kind of the par for the course. And that little spot right there where we're leaving from, guys, like I said, it's been called the baptizing hole. We call it swimming hole. A lot of my childhood, my preteen and teenage years, up till I was about 16, I mean, almost daily, that's where we were. Me and Matt Stevens, and rest in peace, Matt, I miss you, brother. You know, so much of my life was spent in this area right here. And it's kind of one of those places, like I was saying, in the serenity of it. It's kind of one of those places that never really changed. This whole area kind of, it stays the same. It stays home. I'm going to ride down toward the campground, guys, see what's going on down here. Again, another gravel road. I would not suggest this, just a disclaimer, because I don't want somebody getting in the comments and saying, well, T-Bone, I decided to take my Heritage Softail off-road and I dumped it, scratched it up, tore all my chrome up. I'm not telling you to do this. So if you do that, you are on your own. That's my disclaimer. You know, you decide that that's what you want to do, then go for it. That's all I can tell you. But I would never tell you it's okay to do that. And this has got some crazy looking gravel on it too. Almost like a half chip seal daub, which it rides pretty smooth. I mean, it's So far, of course, our famous last words, right before you jinx yourself and the whole thing turns to crap. But so far, yeah, it's not bad at all. And I love riding on gravel roads, guys, because when I'm on a gravel road, that means that I'm in the woods. And that means I'm in a spot where I'm happy. So I'm just going to quit talking now, and I'm going to let you guys just enjoy this trip into the campground. Guys, that water is so clear you can see to the bottom. Man, I'll tell you guys, I went ahead and I stopped at this little campsite right here. Because if you noticed just a second ago, we passed the horse. Brother of mine, Shannon, was riding his horse down in here. And it being Memorial Day weekend, I'm thinking that there might be a wagon train down in the campground, and I'm sure it's completely packed. So I just thought I would stop here at the first site and just do a little shooting. But guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this video as much as I'm enjoying shooting it, because, man, this has just been great. Just a great day, beautiful weather, a lot to look at. A lot to see. And let me know, guys, on this video in particular right here, if you made it to this point, go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know you made it. But let me know what you think about the new opening, because R1 had said something to me about my old opening. She hated the music on it, so she would always skip the opening. So I changed up the music, changed up the video, and I like the new opening. But you guys let me know what you think. Give me your feedback on it, because this channel, viewing this channel, it's as much for you to view as it is for me to shoot it. Let me know what you think about the video, opening video, the music. And guys, I'll tell you, man, I don't know if the GoPro is picking up the cicadas, but golly bum, they're loud. Wow. But I'm out here in the middle of the woods too, so that may be one reason why they're so loud. All right, guys, so there it is, off-roading with Tbone. Again, don't do that, you know. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to take responsibility for people riding their motorcycles on road or off road, but you know, I just don't want somebody to come to me and say, well, we saw you riding your bike off road and we thought we could do that too, and now our bike's all tore up. And I'm going to quit putting disclaimers, because common sense will tell you not to do it. Again, my situation's a little different, but you know, when I ride to relax. I ride for fun, and I ride to get the total experience. Now, would I bring the Fat Boy or the Midnight Express down this road? Absolutely not, because those big boys do not like off-road. But, you know, a little Shadow, don't have much, you know, much in this bike. Just memories and fun. Good looking little bike. Needs some work, needs some TLC, but you know, I feel more comfortable getting this. And then of course those guys are out doing their thing today, GoProing. Now they're riding the bikes that are the bikes that you should be riding to do this. I'm glad these guys come by, because they're riding the bikes that you should be doing this on. They all looked at me like I had two heads. But I'll see you guys when we get back out to the main road. All right, guys, we're back underway here. That's the day, guys. That's kind of, you know, I just wanted to get out and have a few minutes just to shoot a little content. This video might be a little bit on the longer side, but you know, find your spot, guys. Find where you're happy. You know, that's kind of, you know, and everybody's got, this might not mean nothing to you, because I'm subscribed to folks on YouTube like Her Two Wheels and Biker Bay Beth and Flip Nah, and you know, those guys love to camp. I'm just not a camper, but I love nature. I love being in the woods, but I like to visit the woods, but when it's time to go home, it's time to go home. You know, which, you know, I don't have any delusion of grandeur. I'm just not a camper, right? And it kind of all comes back from my childhood, the whole camping thing does, because as I told y'all in another video a long time, I shot back for T-Bone's Tender Moments. I spent a little portion of my life homeless, and you know, when you're forced to sleep outside, it really dilutes the way you look at things like camping. And you know, that's just kind of where I'm at with it. But the campground was full. There's been a bunch of bikes, cars coming by, so I figured I'd better get back on the road while it was down and get back out of here. But I hope you guys are sticking to the very end of this video, because if you made it this far into the video, I've got a surprise for you guys at the very end of this video. And in fact, I will actually see you guys when we get to what I'm going to show you at the end of this video. So I've got to make my way somewhere else. So I'll see you guys there. Okay guys, if you've made it this far, you're almost to the end of this video. So what is the surprise? What was T-Bone talking about earlier when he said if you go to the end of this video, there'll be a surprise? Well, it's the return to T-Bone's Southern Ride. The last time you saw this was on a T-Bone's Tender Moment from Appalachian Mountain Rides. But ladies and gentlemen, right here today on the Serenity trip, it is the return of the mystery bike. Dun dun dun. Yeah, boy. Guys, this bike right here is a fun bike to ride. And sadly, she don't get the attention that she deserves from me. Mainly because I bought this bike as a project, and I kind of did a little in memoriam to Indian Larry on this bike. So I'm going to go ahead right quick and solve the mystery of this bike. This is a 2001 Suzuki Volusia VS, LS, I'm sorry. It's either LS or VS, I'm not sure. But it's a Suzuki Intruder Volusia. It's an 805. A fun bike to ride, guys. This bike's like riding down the road on a recliner. And it's not too many Suzukis that you find the front floorboards and the heel toe shifter set up. Of course, black is beautiful. And really the only thing she needs, guys, is a full-time rider and a new set of tires. These tires need to be changed out on her, but I'll tell you something, guys, this bike right here, I've ridden this bike a lot. This is a fun bike, and I know you guys don't get to see it much on T-Bone's Southern Ride, but let's see here. Turn on the switch. Now, the only thing this bike has that drives me absolutely crazy sometimes is you got to pull the clutch in to crank it. So y'all bear with me. This bike right here, guys, turn heads wherever I go. This bike always gets attention, and here's why. She's loud, but man, talking about a fun bike, guys. This bike right here, I just put a new battery in her. She's got chrome for days, wired up with speakers for sound if you want to hook it up. But I would like to trade this bike, guys. I'd like to trade it for an off-road, on-road enduro bike style off-road, on-road bike for like what we did today. Maybe an 883 Sportster. Her two wheels over on YouTube. Go check her out. Give her a like. Subscribe to her channel. Her husband just built an 883 Sportster off-road, on-road enduro bike, and it's really cool. But I'd like to do something like that. We used to trick out Honda 350s and 360s, enduro style bikes for off-road, on-road. But I would trade her up for something like that. You know, this bike right here, people say an 805 is a good beginner bike. It can be a beginner's bike, but this bike don't feel like no beginner bike when you're riding it. And most Suzuki Volusias that I've rode other than this one, in fifth gear, they get a little bit hard on themselves. They're geared kind of low, but this one right here, 70, 80 mile an hour, and she's not even breathing hard. Guys, tell you what, we've come to the end of this video. And I know I ended it up with this Suzuki Volusia because I wear my leathers and I've got my tattoos, but I'm not one of those guys who say you got to be riding a Harley to be a biker. As you guys see, I ride just a little bit. I ride whatever guys, I have fun on everything. If it's on two wheels and I'm on it, I'm having fun on it. But you guys have made it to the end. We're gonna go ahead and kill this video here. It went a little long and I'm sorry about that, but if you made it to the end, drop down, give me a smiley face. The mystery bike, guys, bringing it to the end. That's the big surprise. So guys, if you're on YouTube watching this, like, subscribe, comment. I love you guys commenting on YouTube. I get more comments on YouTube than I do on Facebook, and that's awesome. But like, comment, subscribe, check out Her Two Wheels, Flip Gnaw, Shade Tree Surgeon, of course, all those guys over on YouTube that are actually better at making content than I am. I try to do my best with it. But guys, until the next time, happy Memorial Day. I hope you guys enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend. And until the next time, I'm T-Bone, and this has been the Southern Ride.